Yo, mad love. Thanks for tuning in. We live in the living room, a nighttime edition with Nando STL. Mad love, man. I really appreciate you coming through. I know you're a busy man. You in and out the city all the time.
Yeah.
And this all the interviews I do are special to me, but this one a little bit more special because your career
Yeah.
and my streaming career kind of been going congruent, like at the same time. I started up streaming. I started seeing you on the scene a lot. It was around like 2018.
Yeah.
2018 you dropped the project.
Yeah.
First project you dropped was an EP,
Yeah.
which is like you don't see that too often. You know what I'm saying? Now a lot of people drop singles right off the bat.
Yeah.
But we was talking about it off screen, off live behind the scenes, that it's just you really started up. And for me, it's like, where the hell did you come from, bro?
Yeah.
Not what city,
Yeah.
not where in the city.
Yeah.
But for me, being a person who is a connoisseur of the St. Louis music scene and really doing what I do to show love to the scene,
Yeah.
I was listening to a lot of artists at the time, and then all of a sudden, here comes Nando STL
Yeah.
out of nowhere with what I feel like was a right out the gate a refined sound.
I appreciate it.
Like
right?
it's just like, man, when you hit the scene, it wasn't like no normal. I seen a lot of people come through the slum scene, through the underground scene.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the normal underground movement that I'd seen before. It was really like a refined sound. Now I can go back and tell the difference in the sound now, right?
Yeah.
But just where the fuck did you come from, man? Like, for real, man. Like, I say that because it's like, man, it's like you attacked this shit and you from day one had a plan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I done watched the other interviews. Just about everything you've done the whole time I've kept up with.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
You know, so I've seen you say on the Connect the Dots interview
Yeah.
that you attended the Slumfest Awards
Yeah. The previous year.
previous year.
Yeah.
And then the next year,
This shit. Well, I want to make sure they ain't my kids. I'm listening to you though.
the next year, you won. You were nominated 5 times. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Nominated 5 times the very next year. After you left that Slumfest Awards, you said you just wanted to be a part of this.
I think it's in the Metro. That's Tom.
What
Boom.
was it? Why did you even go to that Slumfest Awards in the first place?
I can't remember. I know that what happened was I was on Facebook and I was looking for like just St. Louis music, you know, and Rob Boo had a R&B showcase.
Okay.
And I seen that and I was like, I'm gonna start popping out. And then right after that, that's when the Slumfest Awards, it was an award show.
Right.
And I was like, well, I hit them up like, hey, how does this work? What is this? And then they message back like, pull up, come check it out. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, hell yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got some outfits. We popped out, and I thought it was gonna be some little bullshit, to be honest. But it wasn't. It was a whole structured situation. They had b-boys up there. They had DJs. They had, you know what I mean, performances. They was giving out awards and showing love to each other. And I'm like, man, it's like 100 people in here. You know what I mean? You know, my mind blown at the time. Like,
That's a
this
lot.
exists?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a whole culture. You know what I'm saying? A whole world. And the part that was blowing me was I was standing on the side of the stage, and every time somebody walked in, it was like, oh, and you see everybody dapping each other up. I'm like, they all know each other. And they different ages, different sizes. I'm like, ain't no way they went to school together. It's a whole network of people. And then I seen Rob Boo standing, and I'm like, hey, you the one posted the flyer about this. And he was like, yeah. I'm like, you don't know me, but I'm going to be up there next year. And then he was like, all right, I remember that. I was up there next year.
Man, that's crazy. So, like I said,
That was it, though. That was it, though.
And so that's what made you want to go. Just all the love you seen, and you actually was able to see that it was a music community.
Yeah. So it wasn't even just about, I was always a musician. That's what made me want to do it and be a part of it And I'm not a person to reap benefits off anything, right? I like being the benefit. So if I was gonna join, I was gonna be contributing. So that's what made me do it and say, whatever I do, I got to try to do it right. You know what I mean? Because it seems like it's people before me who've already been putting the time and effort in. So if I'm going to join this, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a fraternity. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
If you're going to join it, then you're going to have to join it with that type of respect on it. Don't come in just wolfing. Like, you a member or not, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
And I wanted to be a member.
Okay. So fast forward a year later, you nominated for 5 awards.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been following for the whole time.
Yep.
When, like I said, sound just refined. And I know that you've been drumming in the church.
Yeah.
Went to church with Granny.
Okay.
I know these things, right? But man, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? That you really got the nomination, that you really started putting out the music, that you really started doing it. Was you rapping? Well, and I don't really even consider what you do rapping necessarily.
Yeah.
But I know you can rap your ass off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But was you doing this before you, like, was you doing any of this before you went to that Slumfest Awards?
Rapping?
Singing, rapping,
I was
making
always,
songs?
I think everybody rap. You know what I mean? Like, with your partners, I was always into like production. So I made beats, I played drums. You know what I mean? You would write little lyrics, but as far as being a rapper, absolutely not.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you can kind of tell that I ain't bullshitting when I say that. Because if you look and listen to my first tape compared to my last album, you can hear the progression.
Yeah, I can. I listen. Look, you know what I mean. I listened to them all just over the last few days.
Take practice. You guys, Tro, my boy Tro. I write 2-3 songs.
Hey, we got a special guest back here with us. He a legend in the city too, man.
I already know.
Motherfucking retro champ, man.
Yeah, the biggest.
Now, that's before we go any further. How did y'all become like? Was y'all always friends, or is this something that happened through the scene?
It happened through the scene.
Okay.
I was at yeah, I was at.
That was after though. So like the way it happened was, the homie Tomo had hit me up and was like, "Yo, this nigga Nando is like a rapper here in St. Louis." Like, I didn't know who he was at the time.
That's when Cooler Sunday popped up.
Cooler Sunday had popped up, but like it was because he went viral for not Cooler Sunday, but
Outside.
Nope.
I don't even smoke.
I don't even smoke.
Okay.
He went viral.
That was off the EP.
Yeah.
So he went viral off that, and Mo was like, the Slumfest Awards thing. You know what I'm saying? So the Slumfest show was happening, and he was like, "I'm gonna go see him. You want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So I went there, and I already knew a couple people there already. But I did want to see him because, like I said, I've never heard of him, never seen him.
Right.
So when I went there, he performed or whatever. I wanted to meet him then, but at the time, like, a lot of people were just trying to talk to him. So I was like, I'll talk to him when I see him. You know, I know I'm gonna see him. Then next thing you know, I had a show at Pops, and he pulled up.
Okay.
Because he had a show right after mine with Bates.
Okay.
So he pulled up just to see the venue and shit, and caught me doing my set or whatever. And he pulled me to the side. I was like, "Hey, you hard, bro." Like,
doing my Googles, you know what I'm saying?
He was like, "For it." So we chopped it up then. The next thing you know, he was like, "I got a show here next," and I was like, "Where's him?" Yes, I'm gonna come fuck with you. So then he had a show. I pulled up and I saw him live, right? Then after that, I got a phone call from somebody that was like, "Hey, you should pull up to Bodine shoot and come meet some people." And I'm like, "All right, bet." You know what I'm saying? So I get there, and coincidentally, he was there.
Okay.
So we met, and he was just like, "Hey," and I was like, "Yeah, what up?" So like then we took a picture, and then ever since
I
then,
just got out of work.
Ever since then, y'all just been rocking together.
Yeah.
And you part of the team. Like every time I see you.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's my best. That's my. This ain't like that's my real best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk to Retro every day. If we don't talk that day, something happened. Somebody somewhere they ain't supposed to be because we talk every day. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even with that, I feel like it's super dope because not only did we meet through the scene, but we met through the scene showing love to somebody else.
Right.
We both pulled up to support Bodine and then just happened to link with each other there, but we didn't know each other.
That's
You
crazy.
see me? Yeah.
And
yeah.
so y'all just that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause like I said, I always see y'all together, man. And like you just threw the phone to him, like handle the business. You know what I'm saying? Take care of that. And we need that. I feel like that's one of the things that really stuck out to me from day one, which you was like, you had to me, it seemed like he had a team.
Yeah.
Like he had motherfuckers just in place. You know what I'm saying? And it could have not been that. But for me, I was just like, man, this dude really you know, knows what he wants, it seems like, right from the jump.
Yeah.
And just to get back to Retro Champ, man, if y'all don't know, he is a legendary performer in the city. I see so many people praise your performances so highly. And he does some amazing covers of like Fairly Odd Parents, theme songs and shit like that. And look, you won't even think he could go off like he do just looking at him. But man, that shit is, I was impressed, bro. When you did the Fairly Odd Parents, I was really impressed, man. You gonna have to come back for me as well, man.
Yeah, sure, bro.
But yeah, I just wanted to show some love. Mad love to everybody that's tuning in. We got Mellow Yellow in the chat. We got Riley BTTV in the chat. Emily. What's going on? Shout out to everybody in here. Mad love. All right, so came into the scene. You seen what was going on. You instantly wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Already been doing music pretty much your whole life, playing drums, kind of writing a little bit, but not really like that. So where did it just come from, man? Like, was it, so many people come on. Like in high school, we was freestyling. Motherfucker was beating on the table. Was you doing that type of stuff?
In high school?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. I was in the marching band and all type of shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers know, like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Smino was in marching band together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody got a drum battle between us on tape.
Oh, really?
Somewhere, in high school. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But we've been, I always loved music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just never thought I would be an artist.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That was nothing. That was something that never really interested me. I feel like artists always got the shortest end of the stick when it came around. And I was always into like the production and the building of, you know what I mean? The mood was always in the music.
Mm-hmm.
Games had music, movies had music. So I loved it, you know?
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I used to go to the art museum by myself.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
And just
walk through it. Yeah.
Check out the art.
That was all. Whatever exhibit they had, that was my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I don't know where it hit as far as I feel like when I fell into like the Slumfest side of the scene, it gave me structure.
Okay.
You know? And when I seen the blueprint of me, like, I want that, it's just continuous. I kept updating the board of my wants. And we just ended up here. It wasn't on purpose. It just went with like, damn, this is a community. I want to be a part of that. Damn, they got awards. I want one. Damn, they got one. I want 5. You know what I mean? 5 is like, I want to break out the city. Damn, T-Pain doing something.
I'm trying to do
I want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, my niggas doing music. I want us all on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, they don't want to do Slumfest. I want to buy it. They just came to, all the wants keep happening. And then just keep trying. And if you keep trying to accomplish stuff, shit, I don't know. I'm enjoying the journey. And I'm not really chasing anything.
Nah, the journey been amazing so far, for sure. So, do you remember, like, your earliest song? Was the earliest songs the ones we hear on the Good Vibe EP?
Yeah.
Or are those the first songs?
Yeah, I recorded them myself.
These are the first songs you ever wrote?
I ain't never wrote nothing. It was all like freestyle.
You just go in there and do it.
Yeah, whatever was happening, yeah. But
Okay.
that was it. The first time I decided to do a project like that was that. Like when I was a little kid, you know what I mean? You might have played around. I had a little tape recorder, you know what I mean? I used to do stuff with it. But as far as actually putting songs together, knowing I'm gonna be the vocalist, structuring the Good Vibes was the first 5 songs I ever did. And the first 5 songs came out. I ain't had no more music.
Okay, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. So you said you recorded them yourself.
Yeah.
You said you also was more interested in the production side of music at the time.
Yeah.
So did you produce those songs as well?
Not all of them, no, but some of them for sure.
Okay.
Which is really cool because now I got a really tight relationship with the people who did produce the songs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They just was people on YouTube, you know what I mean? Or people that you might have met around the city, but I was still getting my network up, you know what I mean? But now I know all of them, which is crazy. It's full circle.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, so going back on winning the Slumfest Award, what did that mean for you?
Everything. I won 2 of them.
You was nominated for 5.
Yeah, and I won 2.
Dressed up in a suit.
Yeah, it went crazy.
Clean. I remember I was like, man, he went all out.
The whole team. Everybody had turtlenecks. You was that
He
too.
said everybody had turtlenecks.
The whole team. I wanted to make a statement though. I felt like my real thing was I wanted to be competitive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when we got nominated for 5 of them, I had already told them like I'm gonna win these 2. I called it. You know what I'm saying? And then after I called it, I'm like, and y'all gonna win next year. You know what I'm saying? And they was behind me on it. I'm like, but we need to make sure everything we do is different from everybody else. When they come in, they gonna just have on t-shirts. We stepping. That's what happens at award shows. You know what I mean? So we gonna look different. We gonna look like we was supposed to win. The people who knew me gonna expect it. And the people who didn't know me, as soon as they see us with them suits, they gonna be like, who the hell is they? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when you win, it's like, I'm late. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we was going for. I won Best New Artist. I think Outside was it Song of the Year? Something like that. I can't remember now. I think Outside won Song of the Year though. I gave that award to Blake though. Shout out to Blake Harrington who played violin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I gave it to him because they had charged him. They didn't want to let him get in the show, even though it was his song. They forced him to pay for it. So as an apology to him, you know what I mean? I let him keep the award.
Now, when you say it was his song, what do you mean by that?
Oh, Blake?
Yeah.
He was on the song as well. I took the first verse, and then he was the second verse. I just didn't put a rapper on there.
Yeah, it was just him on the violin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when they was like, nah, because he ain't on the song. And I'm like, he is on the song. You know what I mean?
God. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nah, because like, he did really have his moment on that song.
But I only had 1 award. And then the whole song, for him, his whole part was a tribute to his brother who had passed away. You know what I mean? So I really wanted to make sure that he didn't feel left out. So that I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen it at the Slumfest, but after that, I haven't seen that award since.
Okay.
You got it, yeah. I got the Best New Artist one though still.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, Outside.
Yeah.
We you had Cool Vibe EP. You dropped Cooler Sunday.
Yeah.
Then Outside came.
Yeah.
Now Cooler Sunday, you had a video for that. Did you have
it in studio?
In studio, yeah, I seen that. And that one was really dope to me because like in that video, then you had the singers and everything with you, and that's what I was like, man, this motherfucker got this shit together. Like, where the fuck you come from like this, man?
Yeah.
Like, and then you had the respect of people that I was already seeing. Like Retro, he been doing this thing for a while, and then Tomo, he mentioned Tomo earlier. I had seen him perform at the Blank Space.
Yeah.
In the basement.
Yeah.
And he was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was him and another dude. The other dude, I don't even see him no more. It's Chris something.
I know you talking about EJ Carter, little brother.
Simply Chris.
Simply Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And they was phenomenal that night.
Yeah.
And then you popped up and I see Tomo like, and I see him like, and I'm like, man, them guys is credible.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is he?
Yeah.
And then I see the Cooler Sunday video in studio, singers with you and everything like that. And I'm like, man, I'm really paying attention, right?
Yeah.
Then you drop Outside.
I dropped Outside.
Outside, you had the video for it, right?
Yeah.
You had the kids in the video.
Yeah.
The video took me back to the 90s. It made me feel like an Outkast Dungeon Family video in some parts. It was one part where you like meditating or some shit.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I like
Yeah.
just the imagery and everything that was in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it really made me pay attention. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after that, you drop Bamboo. And then you just hit us with singles.
Yeah.
You've been singling us to death.
Yeah.
And then my streaming journey is running congruent with this. This is at a point where I started investing more in my setup. And I actually started watching streamers.
Okay.
T-Pain was one of them.
Yeah.
Watching T-Pain, he started asking, what's some artists I could listen to? And that motherfucker. Nando STL. I ain't even know how to clip shit and all that like I do now. But I'd probably had clips. But I'm Nando STL. Then I go back about a week later, he streams. He got your video playing. I don't remember what song it was. You was roller skating in the video,
My granny see it.
and he was like, he really liked that because of the skating. He was like, I love skating, and he was really enjoying that. And then next thing you know, competition is rolling around.
Yeah.
I put out some posts on Facebook. Other people were seeing what was going on Twitch. Next thing you know, Nando in there.
Yeah.
Along with others you brought along.
Yeah.
It was, who all else was in there?
Man, Retro was in there. Tomo was in there. Blue was in there. I think that was it. It was all 4 of us, right? The most somebody from our squad. No, that's it. It was 4 of us.
And it wasn't like more than a couple of y'all was up there, like the top ones, like top 5, wasn't y'all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Blue.
And so that whole competition went on. And for me, like I said, being a fan, watching, it was like I really felt a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And you ended up losing.
Yeah.
When you lost, T-Pain looked disappointed.
That's what everybody kept saying.
T-Pain looked disappointed.
Yeah.
But I immediately, maybe the next day, I hit you up and I was like, bro, I don't think that's going to be it. And you was like, just stay tuned.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I hope something good will come from it.
Come on now.
And then the next thing you know, you got signed, you became a Nappy Boy artist. Yeah. Tell us about becoming a Nappy Boy artist from your perspective. I can only see it from my perspective, but the competition and losing it and then getting back to that.
I feel like the whole thing was a bloody situation. You know, it wasn't like a situation to where it was kind of handed or I got lucky. You know, somebody just discovered me on the internet. It was like, yo, I want to sign him. I had to fight. You know what I'm saying? There was thousands of other submissions. You feel me? The first submission that he read off was somebody who used to be a part of our camp. Jay Cuts was the first video he even looked at to even try to get into the competition.
Okay.
And then other people don't even realize, not only did I lose, when the competition first started, I was submitting everybody else's music, everybody got in, but me. Rab fought me because he wanted to submit Smooth, the song Smooth I did. And I was like, nah, I don't want to submit that one. But he was like, bro, you need to trust me. You don't ever listen to nobody trust. So I'm like, I bet. He didn't like that I spelled my name in the song. It was like, nah, we ain't taking it. You feel me? So Retro in it, Blue in it, Tomo in it, everybody in it but me. I had to submit twice. The next day, we got up early. I'm like, I'm putting Outside in there, right? Outside got in there, it immediately got in. So now we like, whoo. So I was the last person to get in. You feel me? Then we had to fight for 6 months. That competition went on for 6 months. Yeah, so we was traveling back and forth to Chicago. You know what I mean? Blue didn't have no music. So I was putting it together. I was driving her back and forth. So now she recording all her music. I ain't even finished recording my own. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I want to make sure everybody fighting together. That's the whole purpose of this, just in case we don't win. But then it got personal because we got down to the last couple. And when she lost, it just kind of got real racist. No other way to say it. He just was from the island. Was it Polynesian? Not Polynesian.
That guy that
Probably, yeah. And the thing, yeah. Shout out to Etu, by the way. Shout out to him. But he had a whole country behind him.
Man,
they was flying their flags in there.
He said it got kind of racist.
They did. They would say stuff in their little language, and we would like copy and paste it in Google to see what they were saying, and it'd be like black monkey and all type of crazy stuff, and we like, man, what? So now I'm like, man, Blue smacking, get him out the way.
What?
And she lost to him.
Damn.
Right. But then I smoked the other people, so now it's just me versus him, and I'm just like, this is personal. So we had STL Fest. I had to perform that day, which was the same night of the competition. The other thing with Payne is there was no schedule. He would just randomly go live.
Facts.
And that would be the next round of the competition, you know?
Right.
So they went live. We ended up doing the last thing. We campaigned for it, and I lost by 0.8.
No, right. I was in there.
Yeah.
It was such a close. It was so close.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because I've really been rooting. You know, I've really been rooting for you. Like I said, man, you hit the scene and the sound was just so different.
Bro, that was the best thing that ever happened. I'm so glad I lost. If I'd have won, I feel like everybody would have been like, he got a deal because he won a Twitch competition. People who don't follow it to this day still think I won. And that's not what happened. I lost just like everybody else in the competition. But we was in my trailer at STL Fest, and Rab was watching the chat. I wasn't even watching it. You know, I couldn't take it. And he was like, damn, we lost. I said, by how much? He said 1 vote. And then I felt crazy because I'm like, damn, I didn't vote for me. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, I'm like, there it is. Because I didn't want to watch. I was scared, you know? And then, so that's the first time I ever seen Rab discouraged. And when I was about to leave, I say, I'm going to go get it for us. Don't worry about it. And he was like, all right. Then I hit Pain. And he was like, man, I'm thinking about signing both of y'all. Right? But after that, as soon as he said that, that was all I needed. You know, we from here. You can't put, all we need is this much.
A little bit.
That's this much. That you got to think about. The whole St. Louis scene doesn't have resources. We've survived this long off this much.
Oh yes, facts.
So that's all we needed. When he said that, boy, I hit Rab so fast. I had an emergency group call. Retro was on there. Everybody was on there. I say, look, Pain said this, and they like, man, you know he woofing. I say, yeah, but we finna take it. He on tour right now. These are all the cities he going to. Which 3 of them we going to? We gonna go to every one. We buying VIP tickets. We sneaking backstage. We doing everything we got to do to get around this man. Thanks. And they was like, let's go to New York. We left New York. We gonna go to Chicago. So we ended up going out to Chicago. And instead of getting the tickets this time, I'm like, I'm paying new artists. I just told the person at the front desk that. And she was like, your name's not on the list, this, that, and the other. I swear to God, this how God worked. They wouldn't let us backstage. So we all of us sitting out front. It's about 8, 9 of us. We sitting there and they like, man, I thought you said you were gonna get us back there. I'm like, just let me think. You know what I'm saying? So we sitting outside the venue. This security who was there earlier came by and he heard me say it. He said, hey, ain't you Pain's artist? I said, yeah. He say, I can get you in the show, but I can't take you backstage to where he at. I say, man, okay. He got all us in the show. Wow. It was a wrap from there, boy. As soon as artists would hit the stage, it was an opener. I'm tagging them in every story I possibly can to blow up their notifications. When they came off, I'm like, what up? I'm shouting, we dapping each other up. One person was like this. It was it. I grabbed everybody. We backstage. Next thing I know, that's the first time I met Pain.
Wow.
Yeah. And then after that, next thing I know, we on stage doing all I do is win. I wasn't even supposed to be there. Everybody felt like Pain set that up, but we forced that. Then after that, we met them. They was like, they was finna go to the strip club. Everybody wanted to hang out. I'm like, nah, I'm going to the studio. I booked some studio time, just like I'm doing at Dali here. Same Nando. And they was like, all right, bet. I start sending records over to Pain. Start sending records over to Cash. Next thing I know, I got a record back. Both for a moment.
Wow.
Which was Yoda.
Wow, yeah.
And then after that, I hit Pain. I'm like, yo, this shit fire. I'm like, I'm going to get it mixed, add a couple things. You got something you want to add? And he was like, bro, ain't nobody ever asked me, do I want to add something? He like, yeah, this is what I would change. So then he sent back some corrections. And me and him, now we developing a relationship. We didn't exchange numbers. I'm like, when the next time you get off tour? And he told me, I'm like, let's just shoot a video for it. We could shoot it at a Waffle House. Like, I don't care. And he like, oh, Nando, you ain't even signed over here yet. I said, that don't matter. I'll pay for it. I ain't asking for nothing. I'm saying all you need is 2 seconds. If you go in the Waffle House anyway, I would just bring a camera. We get your verse. I'll work the rest out. He like, I fuck with that, right? So he said, I'm going to be in Chicago doing some Red Bull thing. I say less. I hit Chicago up. My people out of Chicago, Classic Studios, I told them what we was doing, and we worked it out from there. I went and got $5,000 out my retirement account, shot the goddamn Yoda video, paid some people I ain't know, went to the studio. While we was at the studio recording, the reason the video is shot in the studio is because I booked the studio session.
Well, okay.
So instead of renting another venue to shoot the video, I said, I just book a studio session. And I'll tell them the video at the studio. I was trying to get some more songs out of them. You know what I'm saying? That shit turned into a whole listening session. Retro played his album. Pain played a bunch of unreleased music. And everybody started vibing so good that relationship just kept developing along the way.
Right.
And then a month after that, they sent me my first deal. And I turned it down. I turned down the second one and the third one. And then that's when I hit Pain. It was just like, look, this is the worst I'm willing to accept. And then I said, but I gotta have this. Anything less than this may hurt my children. And then he was like, the next morning I had a new contract with everything I listed in.
Wow. That's dope. So like that's one of the things we've been talking about over the last few weeks is like really putting yourself in position
Yeah.
to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people would just rest on their laurels, but you was like, fuck that. We going to where they be at.
Hell yeah.
Go to where the people are. Like if y'all out there watching, take something from that. Like go to where they be at.
Yeah.
Don't just sit. Like go to where they be at.
Yeah.
Cause this is what's gonna take. And you know, some people like, fuck, we lost. But like you said, you just needed that little inkling of hope.
That's it, bro.
And
It don't take much. I feel like the dream is already there. You know, all you need is a plan. But my granny say that all the time. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Facts.
So if you just throwing music out there, then that's what you're just gonna be doing, throwing music out there. The industry, it don't matter. I don't care. And people disagree with me all the time about this. Social media is definitely a tool.
Right.
And you want to go viral, you want to get your numbers up. But the industry is still made of human beings. You feel me? And human beings follow human nature. They like who they like. They like who they like. If you the person that keep showing up, you know what I'm saying? You the person that keep putting yourself out there, you become undeniable, then it's gonna work.
Right.
It's gonna work. Even if they don't like you, they can't not know you. And that's all you need.
Yeah.
Is for them to know you.
Right.
If they know you, it's it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's what I be wanting to happen at the crib. You know, I just feel like that's what we missing. That's the one thing I feel like I had, no disrespect to anybody else at the crib, but I feel like that's what I feel like my advantage is over everybody else. I remember in Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 said he blew up. Everybody think he blew up as a drug dealer because he was selling so much dope, but it really was because he was the one drug dealer that would take change. You know, when everybody else saying, nah, I don't want change, all the dope fiends started realizing 50 would take quarters, he'd take nickels, he didn't care about none of that, which is why his name became 50 Cent, because he would be the drug dealer that took the change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's who I was. You feel me? I'm gonna find out what are y'all not doing. Everybody else want to follow what everybody else doing.
Right.
I'm gonna find what y'all not doing. Then I'm gonna go do it. I know that the person who won, he done already changed his name to Nappy Boy this and doing that, and they negotiating the deal. I know that you ain't pulling up to the shows. I can see it on your story. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna drop songs. We gonna drop music. Then we dropped Yoda, and Yoda did 1 million streams in 3 days. You feel me? It was a wrap from them.
Yeah, the work ethic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the work ethic definitely has to be something. And then, like you saying, you know, you told him, we can just do it at the Waffle House. I don't care. I'll spend my own money.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Not a motherfucker who just wants something from me. Somebody who actually willing to put in the work. And for us, like at home, for me watching, that was already something I seen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you come on the scene and you said, you ain't just dropping songs, you know what I mean? Yeah. You dropping meaningful music, and you came on the scene with the purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, what made you even develop that purpose? Like, your purpose to even do this?
I care about this shit. I feel like I'm not a person that relish in my last accomplishments. You know, I take pride. And they be on my head all the time. They be like, boy, you don't enjoy the win long enough. You know what I mean? Because I'm already thinking about, well, since we got this, we could use this to get that. We got that, we could, and that's what it always leads to. I feel like I always want more because I know one day this shit gonna be over with. And when I look back, I want to feel like I did a good job.
Okay.
You feel me? Yeah. I'm gonna have to stand on that. One day, all you gonna have to stand on is your legacy. And I've done too much to go out like to where people feel like it's a competition. You know what I mean? I feel like as far as talent, it's just me being straightforward about me. I don't think there's anybody here who is way better than me, right? I do think there are people that's better than me in certain areas, right? But in no category do I feel like I'm getting my ass whooped in St. Louis, which means that I can be amongst the best of the best, right? So I'm like, okay, to give myself an edge over everybody, I'm gonna have to work harder. And if I know that, if I go to sleep knowing all I gotta do is work harder than you, then it's in my hands.
And I think the work is definitely like, you can see it because you've accomplished so much in the short 5 years. You know, there's things you've accomplished that people wish they could do, and they've been doing this for 10, 15, maybe longer. You know what I'm saying? So you was kind of talking about your work ethic and how your work ethic is what got you to deal with Nappy Boy.
Yeah.
And you went through several renegotiations until you got what you would take, right? What you wanted.
Yeah.
How did it feel? Because it's been like 40 or some artists signed over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that we can count.
That nobody's dropped the actual album.
Yeah, I was
besides you.
You really know. First. You know your stuff.
So how did that make you feel being the first, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen you saying in an interview now, you know, he loved to go to the strip club, you go to the studio.
Yeah. It made me, at first, it sucked. I ain't gonna lie to you, it sucked because it was a lot of pressure. And I felt like at that point in time, I hadn't had a moment yet in the industry. Because now that's where we at, right? It's not about bodies of work as much anymore or talent. You gotta have a moment. Right.
I need a moment.
Yeah. Facts. You the person, he the person who did so and so. You know what I mean? That moment turns into more moments.
More moments, right.
So I hadn't had one. And the fact that Payne was like, I was telling him like, I want to drop this project, and he like, you ain't had a moment yet, you know, so it probably not do as well. I'm like, I don't care. We gonna keep dropping. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of pressure because nobody had ever dropped there before. So I was the catalyst, you know? And we gonna see what worked and what didn't work with Nando. So next time it'll be better. So it was a lot of pressure to do well, you know? And then I'm not just signed to anybody. No disrespect to no other artist, but I'm signed to the nigga who just won the Soul Train Legend Award. And you know, and he wasn't even 40 when he won it.
Right.
And who rap, sing, he done produced everything. Man. You know what I mean? Like
he's had an amazing run.
What?
Yes.
Man, I feel like Payne can do everything Beyonce can.
Man, I just speaking of that, I just was, because I've been reviewing the catalog.
Yeah.
And I was listening to some features. And I heard you on a feature with T-Pain. That shit sound like it belong on a Disney movie. It sound like a show tune. Like
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it sound like
the covers.
It sound like some fucking soundtrack shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't really never heard. I mean, I see T-Pain on the show and he'll do something different, but it's like, I ain't never really heard this side of T-Pain.
Yeah, that was a nuts situation. That was that whole weekend was crazy. That was like the first time I ever was in front of Payne, bro. Payne put me through the ringer too. He didn't believe I was as talented as I am.
Okay. Right. So he was trying to test you out.
What? The first time I went down there, this is when I got signed. I got my Nappy Boy chain. This was all the first time I'd ever been to Atlanta. I flew my whole team was with me, flew everybody with me who had if you ever took a picture for me, you was there, right? That's the first thing I spent some of my budget on, was everybody's plane tickets.
Okay.
We got down there, we went to the steakhouse, and the whole Nappy Boy team was there to celebrate, and they brought out the chain. I didn't even know I was getting the chain. It was chain today. He didn't tell me nothing. And he was just like, so you just be rapping off the top of your head? I'm like, yeah, all right. He like, so if we just wanted to go do a song right now, you could just go do one. I'm like, yeah. He like, you play drums and everything too, so you could just rap in different time signatures and all this stuff you putting out there on the internet, huh? And in my head, I'm thinking he just asking me questions. I ain't know he's been a smart ass like we finna see, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. He like, all right, cool. So we got done eating, and he like, y'all sleepy? And I'm like, no, we good, we up. He like, all right, yeah, man, just come on over to the house. We gonna kick it a little more, you know what I'm saying? And we like, all right, I guess, right? It's like 2, 3 in the morning. We get back. I don't even change clothes. I'm feeling sick as hell. We've been out for 3 days straight, you know? And then we get over to the house, and he live on Twitch again. Right? And I'm like, what is happening? Right? I don't know if y'all know who Don Cannon is. Amazing producer, produced a lot of Jeezy. Cannon, right? He walks in with his team, producers, right? Wow. Now I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And Cannon came over. He like, yeah, Payne, you hit me up, man. We finna shoot an episode. We finna create a song right on the spot for you, this, that, and the other. And Payne was like, oh yeah, not me, right? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
We been rap right now. So Payne pulled the shit out. He made the beat. I'm sitting right next to him, and I know how to work the shit too. So I'm like, add this, do this. And so then that's when he like, oh, so you do make beats? I'm like, yeah. We slid over.
He thought you was playing.
They played the record, and they was like, all right, lay your verse. So I laid that verse. The first time I rapped was a freestyle at 3 o'clock in the morning in front of Don Cannon and T-Pain in front of 4,000 people on Twitter. I hate that verse because I had to record myself too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no type of. I was nervous. Boy, you sitting next to T-Pain, Don Cannon, everybody in here watching you, 4,000 more people
You
on
on
Twitch.
the spot.
Like, that shit was it was a mess.
Nah, that's putting you. They put you in the pressure cooker for sure with that.
Hell yeah. And so we got done doing it. Don Cannon dapped me up. We exchanged numbers. He like, yo, I'm gonna send you some beats, blah, blah, blah. It went well. And then Payne still wasn't convinced. I'm not gonna lie to you. He felt good. He was like, okay, you made it through that. And he was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not convinced. And I'm like, all right. I went to bed. He called the next morning, bright and early, 6 a.m. The call came through on my phone, and I answered it. And he like, oh yeah, so meet us over at Pandora, right? And I want you to meet some people. I'm like, all right, cool. We get over to Pandora, and it's a like a behind the scenes play. They want me to play some records for them so they can start playlisting you and things like that, see if they like you. He was introducing me, and we got in there, and Payne is like, man, so let's play Loud, let's play Yoda, let's play the hype records. And I'm like, I think we should play Weekdays, right? The song about my children. He's like, I don't know, right? And I'm like, let's just try something different, bro. Y'all been making party music forever. You done sign somebody who do something different. Let's try something different. He's like, all right, yeah. So we go in there, and he's like, yeah, Nando, man, he played this song for me, had me tearing up. It's called Weekdays. And he looked over at me like, this shit better be good. Right? Right?
Yo.
And so we played Weekdays, and shout out to she over at Apple Music now. Shout out to Dominique, and shout out to J1 at Pandora. And J1 was like, yo, I got a daughter that hit hard at home for me, you know what I mean? And then Dominique was like, yo, you gonna be the biggest thing smoking. We getting behind you 1,000%. We don't even need to hear no more, right? And then we walk out of there, and when I walk out of there, Payne's so happy, bro. He like, yes, this is all I've been wanting. This is all I've been wanting for 40 years, 40 fucking hours, and we can't get this done, right? And he hyped. And I'm in the parking lot like, I did good. He like, hell yeah, you did good. I'm convinced. Come on. So we went over to Icebox. And when we went to Icebox, that's when he started buying Rolexes. I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And Tomo, like, he ain't really flashy like that. He ain't gonna be wearing the chain. It's just not his personality.
Right,
we from
right.
the Lou Dog. Like, niggas that's just an advertisement to get killed.
Facts,
So
yeah.
we ain't really wired like that. He like, all right, cool. So we leave there. He's still convinced, but now his confidence high, right? They have another freestyle situation. And he like, yo, we going back over to Pandora. They starting a new series called some freestyle in the booth thing. T.I. son, Damani did it. A bunch of other lyricists did it. And I'm like, all right, bet. Let's pull up. So we go over there, we do Yoda. And the girl like, ooh, I want him to rap on the St. Louis beat. And I'm like, what? What kind of fucking St. Louis
Yeah,
beat?
because, like...
That, you ain't said that to nobody else. Why are you going, you know what I mean? And they play, if you want to go take a ride with me. And I did the Pandora freestyle and went off. And they was in there flipping out over that shit. They was posting it on all type of rap blog platforms. And I said something, so I can't even think of the line I said in there, but whatever it was some, I said the line about the Beatles. That's what it was. Yeah. Walking through the streets, I be feeling like we the Beatles, black and strapped with just iron down cheap. And when I said that, niggas was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Did the whole tour. I caught a buzz in a light year. You know what I'm saying? And the shoes is Gucci. It's a snake in my boot. I was going off with the whole Toy Stories thing, and it was just working, bro. And that was when we went over to, we were supposed to go shoot the Yoda like live performance, but it just all like snowballed. And we went to go shoot. We was leaving there, and they was like, we putting this on every platform. We promoting this. And Payne is like, bro, they pushing you, and I'm not coming out my pocket. And I'm like, yeah.
They're loving that.
Yeah, he like, we ain't got to pay for it. Like, it's working. Then we get over to the Yoda live thing. We supposed to be shooting like a live performance of Yo to Meet Cash. He wanted to do like this workout thing, and they had a band there. And I was like, at the end of it, I'm gonna jump on drums. And Payne is like, what the fuck you mean you gonna jump on drums? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna jump on drums at the end. And the end came and I jumped on drums. I think that was the moment where he was like, okay, this nigga wasn't lying. You know what I'm saying? This nigga wasn't lying. Like,
he was really
yeah. This nigga wasn't lying. He do it. And it's hard to convince Payne because Payne plays everything, bro. People don't realize he play guitar.
Okay.
He play keyboard. He produces. He sings. He rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's an audio engineer.
He's a real fucking talented dude. Like, I've watched his live streams where he's engineering, mixing songs, recording songs live, doing vocal takes. I've watched it. You know what I'm saying? He's really talented.
He is, dog. And so from there, we just kind of developed a friendship, man. Payne, I think the biggest thing now is that the only issue we were having, right? And I think that's what kind of stunted the first year, which is what I'm figuring out now, is that I was so down here and Payne is so far, right? Usually when you get signed by an artist, you get signed by somebody who's hot at that moment.
Right.
And if you're hot at that moment, you're here. You feel me? So now you can just reach back, pull them up, and now y'all both hot. Payne has done everything, man. He's won Grammys. He winning Legend Award. He's so far ahead that me be down here, sometimes it get overshadowed because he's still an amazing artist. You know? Yeah. So it's like, that's what I was telling. We was in a label meeting, you feel me? And we were trying to figure out like what we gonna plan next and what we gonna do next for Nando. And one of the reps over there was like, "Oh shit, Ozzy Osbourne just shared T-Pain shit."
Wait. Can I say the reaction? Can I say the reaction?
Yeah.
So it was the funniest shit in the world. Payne, Payne did the over the covers.
Yeah, he doing movies too.
So he was doing movies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So on the cover of his album, you know what I'm saying, he was like covering all the songs and stuff. So he did Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, song, and they were in the meeting, and one of the reps was like, "Oh shit, Ozzy Osbourne just reshared T-Pain shit," and then I went, "Oh shit, T-Pain's gonna be famous," and then like, "What?" Yeah. And then I was like, "Yeah, we're excited about a famous nigga
sharing another famous nigga shit. Can we get back to what we're doing?"
That was the funniest thing I've ever.
That would be the problem though, because he doing shit so big. We at the radio station. And you trying to introduce your artist like, yo, he can rap, he can do this.
And then he has a viral moment.
And
it overshadows the meeting. I get what
exactly.
You know I get what you're saying.
When he was just reaction, when he was just like, "Oh shit," and then they were like, "What?" And he just went, "We're worried about a famous nigga being famous."
Right.
So you're dealing with people who used to dealing with something that's already there. You know what I mean? Right. Payne got 7 million followers. Of course he can get 1 million likes. Is that really viral or is that just a percentage of his followers?
That's a percentage. Yeah. I talk about, look, with this streaming shit, I've become so about numbers, right? Yeah. And I even try to tell motherfuckers, like, you want 1,000 people to watch you? You need a fucking 100,000 followers. And you better be hoping that you get your 10% viewing from that 100 fucking, because that's only 10% of 100,000. Yeah. So you better, you want 1,000 people watching, you need 100,000 followers. And I stand on that shit. Yeah. You want 100 people, you need 10,000 fucking followers. Yeah. I stand on that. Yeah. Okay, and if you could do better than that, hey, you gonna do amazing with this shit.
You are.
But from my grind, I know what these numbers talk about.
Right.
It ain't what you.
But Payne has been a blessing.
That's amazing.
And the whole team has been a blessing. Everybody who has supported along the way, bro. Raps, he got his own job at Nappy Boy. People don't know that. Okay. You feel me? Everything Rap was doing for me, he got hired on his own to do for Payne.
That's what's up.
So all them lyric videos, all that stuff that be coming out, Rap be making all that shit. All them graphics, bro, Rap do all that shit.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
So he putting on the whole team.
Hell yeah.
Putting on the whole team. So you done worked with T-Pain. You had Don Cannon come in just on some put you in the pressure cooker type shit. Yeah. You done worked with some of the craziest producers. Yeah. What producers have been your favorite to work with?
P-Dub the producer.
P-Dub the producer.
P-Dub the producer. He done produced for John Legend. He done produced for so many different people. But he done produced a lot of my records from the beginning. And that's still like a great friend of mine, bro. And it's so crazy. Before I even signed to Payne, like, he'll pull up to me in Chicago, and we'll chop it up and do a record. You will see him produce for like SZA and do some violin, all this stuff, and then he'll hit me up like, "Yo, I got this beat," and I ain't got nothing but 1,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, like, ain't nobody have it but you. Like that type of vision in somebody, meant something. So even when we do things, Yoda, when I found out I was gonna pitch the Pain, I called him immediately. Like, yo, I know I'm gonna get Pain on something. Just I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna record every beat you seeing. Same thing with when I did the Nelly song. I hit him. I'm like, yo, I'm finna lock in with Nelly. This you get another placement. It's always him. If I know I got something locked in,
going to him.
That's where I'm going.
That's your go-to guy. P-Dub.
P-Dub, the producer.
Now, so is he from? Where he from?
He from Springfield,
Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he lives in California. We met in Chicago, but he live in California.
So you met him firsthand, or was he one of them early? Like you said, you was getting like
early. I stole a beat from him back in the day, and then paid him later when I got my paper up.
Hey, that's
and then
of you.
yeah, and then after that we linked in person,
right?
And I invited him to a studio session, and he pulled up, and we cooked right on the spot, and ever since then.
Been like tight. That.
Yeah.
Been like that. All right. So like we've talked about a lot, but I just want to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Cause again, I already had faith in the music scene, right? But I wasn't getting nothing that necessarily was different.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, voices be different.
Yeah.
All these things, but it wasn't really nothing moving me on the scene. And then you hit the scene. Yeah. And like I said, I really started taking notice with Outside, and then Here I Come. Here I Come was my stream intro song for like the longest time.
Yeah.
And what solidified it for me was for the next few hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your nigga.
Yeah.
You know, I've been streaming for a few hours. So I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
And then for real, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Motherfuckers. Yeah, Here I Go. Right. A lot of this might sound crazy, but the reason why I started developing, and I've got an 8-hour, almost 9-hour playlist of nothing but St. Louis music.
Yeah.
But the reason why I started compiling that playlist was because of you, right?
Really?
So with that sound being so unique, how did you come right out with that sound? Like you said, you don't write, you just kind of freestyle. So was it just because I guess just the rawness of like you going in there and doing it? Is that how you got the sound that you know what I mean? You got.
I feel like music is almost like voice acting. You know?
Okay.
I wouldn't lead it. I would do the take over and over again until whatever I'm trying to say, I feel it when I hear it back. So however I say it, you know what I'm saying? I can't just say, man, fuck you. It's gotta be, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta say it to where I know the listener hear it and they like, okay, he meant that. You know what I'm saying? And that just kind of turned into experimenting with different things. Every song I do, I try to make my voice a different instrument.
Okay.
So I'm gonna always sound like me, but like everybody else might hear a song and they be listening to the clap. You know what I'm saying? I hear a hi-hat doing like
right.
Then that's why I'm a rap it. Oh my God, I fell on that 10. I'm right on top of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pick something different in the production and layer with it.
Got you. Okay. That makes sense.
So that's where the sound would change it for me, because everybody else focusing more on what they saying and I'm focusing on how I'm gonna say it.
And then another thing, just going back, like the structure and the songwriting, like even though you don't write songs, the structure has always been there. Like the song structure, for a lot of artists, is something that they have to learn.
Yeah.
Like a lot of artists, they get on the track and they just rapping or they just singing, but they don't know how to structure it.
Yeah.
You've always had a structure.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that just came from your musical background?
I do.
Okay.
I feel like it's a crush now though, because that's not where we at with music. You feel me? Structured songs are usually hook, verse, hook, bridge. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not that. You got to get to the point quick. Songs are this.
Man, songs 2 minutes, 2:30 is almost too long now. I talk about it on my music reviews a lot. Like if you send in a 4-minute, 5-minute song, I'll listen to it, but the average consumer, they're not, unless they're really a fan. You know, and if you don't have fans, you're trying to make fans.
Yeah.
And TikTok is the thing what
Yeah.
really pushes your music now.
Yeah.
So you really only need like 15 to 30 seconds. You know, we've seeked out so many songs that are trash because we heard 30 seconds that was cool. Like, we're going to check that song out. And you're like, oh, man, this shit is trash. But that 30 seconds is hot.
Yep.
So, okay. So you feel like strong song structure is kind of a crutch now, though?
Hell yeah. I feel like art has now become content. So you have to find the balance between keeping your self identity and figuring out how to get the consumer to buy into it at the same time. You know, because you're competing with crazy shit.
Man, no, crazy. Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm competing with motherfuckers who was eating 100 double Big Macs. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm competing with motherfuckers like, ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the rose.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ooh, a heart. I love you. Like, come on, man. I'm not doing AMPC shit, but that's what you're competing with.
That's exactly what
no
you're
doubt.
competing with. And it's the same thing with any evolution. You know what I mean? I feel like artists who are talented or creators who are passionate like yourself, you are like the person encouraging people. You came from an era where people read books.
Yeah.
And now people are watching movies. And you have to figure out how to turn your books into movies.
Oh, well, I'd say we've been watching movies for a long time. Let's say it like this. I do come from an era where people read books.
Yeah.
Even listen to audio cassette tapes and shit like that. Right?
Exactly.
We've been living now. We came from an era of watching movies to watching YouTube.
Yep.
You know, like you said earlier, there wasn't no videos back in the day. You had to know you had to learn from a motherfucker who knew. You couldn't just go to YouTube and learn how to do whatever the fuck in the world you want to do.
You could not, bro.
Yeah, so
you had to know it, and you had to search for what you wanted.
Facts.
People don't realize you had to go to the store, buy the movie. You had to go to the movies, buy the ticket. Now, when somebody's scrolling, it's mindless.
Yeah.
It's like a never even imagine watching TV but never staying on a channel.
No,
You're literally flipping through the channels.
It's Tubi, Netflix, wherever. Like, you know how long it takes some days to find something to watch,
bro, and they're thumbing through it that fast.
Yeah.
You know, they have no idea how fast they changing the channel. Yeah. So you have to get them to watch your entire episode before they thumb touches that screen again.
Man.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a crazy game.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a crazy game.
Yeah.
All right, so about, I don't know, it's been a month or so, a little bit maybe over. Kind of got a little controversial.
Yeah.
Because you was trying to buy Slump.
Here we go. I knew this was coming. I'm ready. Richo, sit up.
and
here we go.
And people, you know, me being media.
Yeah.
People tell me things, talk to me, and everything like that.
I would love to have a conversation.
It kind of got, it's where the light is. It kind of got controversial. Because the wrong conversations were being had. I feel like. Why did you even want to buy it?
I told you how much it meant to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like anything that is a gem, the reason we don't have resources is because we don't have legacy. Feel me? Legacy and resources go together. A lot of people join, like I said, with fraternities due to the amount of resources that you'll have over time. You got people who are in high places because they joined a long time way before you. You know what I mean? And they can help you with that. And I feel like we always start new things. Every 2 seconds, somebody saying, you know what I mean? If I start tying shoes, who would buy it? You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, nobody. Like, you know what I mean? But if you have a shoe, you've been tying shoes for the last 50 years and it's embedded in the black community and you done taught 50,000 little black kids how to tie shoes, then yes, I will give you $25 to tie my shoes due to legacy. And that's something totally different. And I think that's what Slumfest was missing, in my opinion, that it hit a plateau because, man, the founders have been going hard for so long. But there's only so much you can do. Right. But when you have a lot of artists that come in and they don't extend beyond that, then it's hard to give back to it. You know? And I felt like I was one of the ones that was blessed to be able to say I won a Slumfest award, to be able to say I've been in every paper, to be able to say I'm also in Source magazine. I've also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Done all of these things. I've toured the world, and I'm just getting started. So
Right.
let me help grow this.
Right.
So that's what started the conversation. I said, if I'm gonna give back to anything, I'm gonna go give back to my section, you know, and give back to my team. So the moment I got in position, that's the first people I wanted to have a conversation with is let's put something together.
Right. And so with all that, now Slumfest is coming back.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you sparked it? And
Well, to be honest, boy, they took my idea. Even with the mixer and the date, that was all things I presented.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a good thing.
Okay.
Because please take my idea. You know what I'm saying? And keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's a good thing. I hope that it continues to progress forward because like I said, if I wouldn't have never bumped into that, I would have never gotten to where I am. You know?
Facts.
And so when I'm watching it die, I'm watching the opportunity for somebody else to be sparked like I was.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't care if it's
watching the opportunity die as well.
yeah,
saying, right?
that cannot happen. You
right.
know what
No,
I mean?
I feel that.
So that's what it was. I mean, we can get to the details though if you want to. Why I was I like the confliction of me purchasing it instead of me joining. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even with that, like I think that people don't really understand what the business model was that I was bringing to the table,
Okay.
right? And I also don't think people understand they treat Slumfest like it's an event because the people who are chiming in, no disrespect to them, it's a tad bit of disrespect, are new.
Okay.
Right, you knew Slumfest was here before me.
Yeah.
So when I went in and Retro, that's why I'm glad Retro here. You can vouch for any of it, right?
Yeah.
When we went in and we sat down and NATO called the meeting
Mm-hmm.
and they was asking me, okay, Nando, what you want to bring to the table? You got us all here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, before we talk about any of my ideas, I need to start from the beginning. How did this start? And I don't skip no details. Tell me everything that's off limits, that's on the table, how this got put together. And they all chimed in and gave me an explanation of how Slumfest was founded, why it was founded. People don't realize that it's a legitimate business. They all put money in and start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when they say you should just join, you shouldn't purchase it. So you mean to tell me you could just show up with a red shirt at Target and just start fucking working there?
No, you can't.
That's not how that works.
Right.
That's not how that works. People have put money, time, and effort into this. So if you're gonna come to the table, you need to come to the table with money, time, and effort.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And the only way to devote money, time, and effort was to buy into it.
Okay.
So I wasn't trying to buy people out. I was trying to buy in.
Okay. Because for a lot of us on the outside looking in, and like I said, I am media,
No, let's talk.
so I do get some information, but I
Yeah.
don't know too many details. But for a lot of us on the outside looking in, it was presented like you just tried to buy it out.
It ended up turning into that. But now that's the part where it gets foggy, right? Because the reason I had to try to buy it out was because of them.
Okay.
It wasn't me. It wasn't my idea. See, they were leading the ship on that whole negotiation throughout the entire thing. Because I'm new. You feel me? And this was it started off as a how can I help? Right? And then
For you, it started off as a how can I help?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then when we started getting to the nitty-gritty of it, it's like, okay, well, it's 10 of y'all. You know what I'm
10
saying?
different people to help.
Yeah.
That's the actual Slumfest committee.
And then the actual voting process of how they vote on everything. And I'm just like, okay, well, when we was talking about it, they were saying, yeah, so we put the vote in and then we can try to plan for 2026. I'm like, first of all, I don't know if you know how social media works.
Yeah,
That's too far.
We're in the microwave era.
Yeah,
you know,
it's gotta be.
2 days is 4 years now. You
Yeah.
have to make a decision, and we got to make a billion decisions. I don't know if you know how this works. You can't do one event a year no more. Slumfest needs to be everywhere. Y'all need to be using Slumfest. Every person who was ever a part of Slumfest need to be bringing Slumfest back, not just Nando. And now, as we see, everybody's bringing Slumfest back. You know.
Yeah. Man, I started seeing the videos. We're bringing Slumfest back. I'm bringing Slumfest back.
Which is fire. Which is fire.
It is.
But that's the purpose. So certain people, and I'm not gonna say no names, I don't ever want to divulge nothing like that, right? This is just helpful conversation.
Right.
Certain people didn't want to be a part of Slumfest anymore, which is what was conveyed to me at the meeting.
they didn't want to be a part of it, period, or if you was
This was before me.
okay.
This was inner workings.
Okay.
Saying I'm kind of tired. You know what I mean? Not necessarily as a part they don't love Slumfest.
Right, but
Just
just
saying,
tired of doing it.
I'm tired of doing it. People not appreciating it. All we getting is complaints from artists. I'm okay with washing my hands with it.
Okay.
And so I say, okay, if I just join, it's 10 people, right? That means I will be number 11.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me all 10 people got to vote on everything, and then I got to vote, right? I can do simple math. I'm not even 10% of the vote. We're never going to get anything done, right? So then they were like, well, certain people don't want to be a part anymore. So I was like, well, then let me buy your percentage. How about I buy you out of it, right? And then what I'll do is we create like a legacy program to where you still keep all your voting rights, though. You can still vote on things, right? So your vote and my vote count together now. To where before I vote, I'll ask you, like, is this cool? You cool with us doing this?
Right.
And then you give me a yes or no, and all of our votes work together. Then on top of that, what we'll do is y'all still keep all y'all back end percentage. Okay. So if we make any money, y'all never get bought out of that part. You can still receive the residuals. Then they were like, a couple of them was like, that sounds like a good idea. What would you need from us? Say absolutely nothing. And like, you wouldn't need nothing. I'm like, nah, I got 50K. I'm gonna put 50K into it. I got people who want to buy into it. I'm gonna bring some other people in from outside of here, and we're gonna try to develop some structure between us and the industry and see if we can develop some pipelines. Certain people were against that, and they were like, I don't know if we want this to be. This is a St. Louis thing. It needs to stay completely St. Louis.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For me, it's like what that's like holding the city back to me.
Well, I'm only giving you the conversation.
And then with me being a person who follows the history, they've already had MTV involvement. So if you was worried about selling out, you already did when you involved MTV.
Well,
in a way.
Now that was a conversation. The difference was they all trusted each other with the MTV situation. That was them. They didn't trust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Which is okay.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, well, y'all let me know, and then we'll come to a conclusion. Then the person who I was going back and forth with hit me again and like, all right, we got an idea. We can do it to where you just got to buy all of it, and we give you a number. And they thought I was going to say no. Okay. I was like, fuck it. I trust myself. I'll do it. And they were like, but we still get to keep the residuals on the back end. I say, I'm cool with that too. The number they gave me was a little ridiculous, right? And I'm like, has Slumfest ever made that much? And they like, nah. I'm like, well, I don't think that'll work because I'm gonna have to put that much money in it the first year, right? And then they were like, well, we got to come to some type of agreement. And I'm like, yeah, let's come to an agreement. Next thing I know, they making announcements and going in a whole different direction, which I thought was a little disrespectful because it's like, damn, you could at least told me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where my status came from with like, I did attempt to buy Slumfest. You know what I mean? I wanted to get in front of it. And I also feel like, this is just me personally, I could be wrong. I feel like a lot of these conversations don't even get had, right? We have opportunity that people have not seen in a very long time, right? Since Nelly. Yeah. Nelly, Chingy, Jaquan, Huey, you feel me? That whole run. Yeah. Now we got Sexy Red, we got Events, you got me, you got Smino, you got Metro Boomin, right? And most of us all know each other. You know? We all know each other. So it's like you have an opportunity to where the whole scene could be seen. You know what I mean? Even being straightforward, I was telling them like, I told Payne about this. I was telling him like, yo, you know how impressed you are with me? And he like, yeah. I'm like, this nigga's way better than me at the crib. I'm not the best. You feel me? I'm just the one that you've seen. Right. If you would just take a second, you would be to develop something. You spend this money at the strip club. Man, yeah. Just pop out. And so then that's when he was like, you set it up, I pop out. Right? So that's when I came.
So this was you trying to set it up.
I thought it's going to all make sense. I came and I said, they was like, well, what's the first step? I said, we need a way to get eyes on the crib. So what I can do is I'm going to invite everybody I know. We're going to have an industry mixing. That way, all the people from the loop, we can bring back Slumfest, kind of reintroduce it, and also new people who are not a part of Slumfest can get pregnant with the idea. So Payne was supposed to hear. I was gonna try to get Nelly there. I was gonna try to get Russell there. I was trying to get everybody I could think
that people that really ain't looking at this
to look at this, to come try to look at it, which is how the industry mixer idea came into place. And I wasn't gonna say them. I'll be keeping some shit in my pocket. But yeah, them too. You know, anybody who I could think of that may be able to see the value in the infrastructure we got here and help me put together ideas on how to make it bigger. Right. You know? And yeah, that was it. I think but we kept getting hung up on little things. You know what I mean? And that's why it didn't work. But I think it's still gonna work because it's back and it seemed like they putting in effort. They're using social media now. And maybe it wasn't supposed to work that way. Maybe it was supposed to work this way.
I don't think it was ever like a thing of them not using social media. But do you think it was? Like they wasn't using social media? See, like when Slumfest was really going, y'all don't feel like they was using social media enough?
Hell no. I think that when Slumfest was really going, bro, you got to realize them awards we talking about, I was the last part. That was the last show was me.
Yeah.
That was in 2020.
Yeah.
That was pre-COVID. You know how different the world is now after COVID? You cannot post once a year. You feel me?
Well, yeah. But that mean like they ain't been doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
For 4 years.
Yeah.
You know how many people was famous? None of the people, besides Smino and Metro Boomin, the other people I named wasn't famous back then.
Right.
That's how many St. Louis opportunities we have missed.
Yeah. That could have been a part of it.
That could have been that.
My
whole goal wasn't to never, that's why I keep saying it was never to buy the people out who didn't want to be a part or kick anybody out. I just wanted to make sure I had enough room to get things done. I knew how much I had to do. Then you dealing with people that's way bigger than you, bro. You dealing with superstars. You're dealing with investors, people who gonna take. They got calendars on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So they taking time out of their schedule. Yeah. Right.
So we can't do this at the last second. I gotta have dates. We gotta put this together. If I say, hey, I got this set up, we need to get this done. We gonna have a conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out what we can do. Let's agree to it, and let's get it on the calendar. We need to be posting about it tomorrow. That's how fast we move on this side.
You gotta move that fast though.
And what I'm saying is, I'm not even the biggest artist from St. Louis. So imagine how fast they moving on Sexy Red side.
Yeah.
And if you running an infrastructure, this is St. Louis Underground Music Festival. You know what I mean? And it's people, I still think it's a beautiful opportunity, but I think anything we doing, Lou, you're gonna have to have this run and gun approach at this point, because it's gonna be huge. I still believe in it. But my goal was to just try to put it everywhere I could. You know, I knew I was doing the soccer stadium situation. I'm like, I'm gonna get a Slumfest banner hanging in the stadium. Like, I'm gonna put that in my contract. I'm not gonna sign the contract. I'll take less pay, whatever we gotta do to try to get that shit hanging in there. Like, anything we could do to make it bigger, that's what the goal was.
For me, it's unfortunate to hear this, because this is something that I always like. This is the problem with the city, right? I see so much talent, man. Just a month ago, I found out about this guy, Lil Stank. Dope artist, right?
I like Stank.
Dope, right? And he been doing this shit for so long, but it's like, how did I just find out? And why isn't he fucking out of here? Why ain't you like, for the sake of you out of here, but why the fuck you ain't out of here? You know what I'm saying? And just like what you saying is just, it's just like what I hear a lot is it's like gatekeeping, you know?
But it's like gatekeeping when it's your shit. That's why I say
it's gatekeeping when you don't open the doors for the artists to go further.
They might though.
They might, but what I'm saying is that, okay, cool. We got what's gonna happen with Slumfest. I love it. I'm glad that it's coming back and everything like that. But what is the effect?
Yeah.
What is the effect besides on a local level?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. But I think as an artist, right? And I don't usually get to pat myself on the back. Right? I think as an artist and someone who is at the level they at, which is not all the way up here yet, to even have a mindset to try to present something like that, it sparked us to even go in a different direction. Because we've never even had that. You've never had anybody reach back with a real resource yet.
Right.
And say, this is what I have to offer. You can have it.
So do you think with that being, maybe it was like it's so foreign since we don't have people that do that?
Absolutely.
Because I can't say that. Like I you know, you can name like Metro Boom and you Smino, you know, these different artists, but
Yeah.
for me it's like, and I don't necessarily follow them as much, but for me, you try to reach back and
They
you
not from
always
they
have.
not from there. Smino did Slump Fest. You feel me? Everybody left, went outside. That's what they told me. They didn't watch him perform. You feel me? He found his family and his real support system when he moved to Chicago. You know, and he was younger at that time. You know,
Yeah.
So when he developed that, those are the people who are still around him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And same thing with a lot of other artists. I came from right here.
Right,
And that's what
right.
I was saying on Connect the Dots. Like, I'm in the yearbook whether niggas like it or not. You know, I
yeah,
go to this
facts.
school. I rep this jersey.
Right.
So whether we get along about something, whether we have a debacle about something, at the end of the day, it's always going to be a high five because we on the same team. You know, we
Right.
putting up points for the same team. I want to see this section win because when other people win, it makes it easier for me to win. That's
Facts,
also why
facts.
we ain't blowing up like that.
Yeah.
Because Gotti signed all these artists, they from off of Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's always other people that you know in that area that you can do songs with, you can learn from, you can pop out with. In St. Louis, we don't really have that many people that's blowing up out of St. Louis that's still here.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah,
So
everybody leaves.
So who do you really learn from to be national if you don't have nobody here?
here to.
Yeah, when somebody hear you say it's a Nando tour next year, right? And I take Retro. Retro got a song, and then the world hear it, and then it blow up, right? Me and Retro will have a fist fight if the next year he go on tour and he not taking somebody else from St. Louis. That'll be the first big argument.
Right.
You
Because
know,
you're not giving back. You're not.
like that. What are you doing?
Right,
you know
right,
what
right.
I'm saying? And I think that's what we're missing.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree with that. I definitely
That's
agree
what
with
we're
that.
missing. And I think that's where the debacle between us came from. It turned into something negative because it was foreign. Most people just wanted, they ready to jump and say, he wanted to buy it out. He wanted to take it.
Because that's how a lot of it was presented.
But I think who buys something that ain't got no value?
Nobody.
That should have been the most respectful
Well,
part of the whole status to me.
Yeah.
He wanted to buy it. You know what I'm saying? They did shit for you. He was gonna
And he
put
still
money
wanna
into
buy
it.
it, right.
You know what I mean?
Like for me,
he
from-
met with him.
For me looking, that's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
He's doing what he's doing. Why not?
Yep. But to clear the buying up part, it was never malicious. The only way for me to have any type of vote to push it in a different direction was to buy it.
Gotcha.
They wouldn't have just let me join.
Gotcha.
Because it's a brotherhood within.
Yeah,
Bro, you
yeah.
ain't been here. How you
Yeah.
gonna just join?
And I can respect that.
Yeah, me too.
respect. Yeah,
that's why
that's
I was
respect.
cool putting my money up.
It's like the mob. You
Yeah.
know, you can't just come
And
in.
they all certified.
Yeah, facts.
So it is what it is.
That's facts.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of touched on a little bit performing at the St. Louis Soccer Club.
Yeah.
How was that experience,
Yeah.
and how did we even get to that?
Boom. What happened? Pain. We were sitting at his house and he was talking about all the different things he done. And I'm just like, I gotta start checking this shit off the list. I gotta do something. And then I was at the studio. I was sleeping in the office at the time out there. And when I was I can't remember where I was at, and I heard he had performed at a football game. That's what it was. He performed, I can't think of what it was, but he performed at a football game, and we was all at a hookah lounge watching him perform. And All I Do Is Win was playing. And then I thought about how many times I have heard All I Do Is Win everywhere. And that's when I was like, I'm fucking up, right? And I was looking at Cash, and Cash was like, man, you make good music. I'm like, no, I need to start making music that I want to see get played in certain places. How I'm gonna expect my music to get played in the stadium? I don't make stadium music. He's like, that's a good idea. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'm making one. So I went to the studio and I said I gotta do it at the crib. I hit Tro up and I hit the group up. Shout out Bria, shout out Blue, shout out Jordan Greer, shout out everybody who was a part of that. And I was like, I'm gonna do a new record. We're gonna record it in St. Louis, and I'm gonna have that bitch everywhere. And they was like, okay. We went to the studio, we recorded Looking For Me, and next thing I know, Joaquin Buckley was walking out to it in the UFC. The song wasn't even out yet. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then after that, I hit up we was gonna give it to the Battlehawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know me, bro. I move fast. So we were sending emails, rapping with them, and it was taking a little long. And I'm just like, let's start looking other places. And we hit the soccer stadium, and they was like, you should come shoot the video down here. So we was like, hell yeah. So we came and shot the video for Looking For Me there. We put the song out, did 100,000 on YouTube in like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. And then
fast.
it was quick. And then that's when we decided to start developing a partnership between us and them, because you know they just built the soccer stadium here. I was letting them know, like, y'all season ticket holders, middle-aged white men, you know, but you in the heart of the city. And the biggest way to get attention or to garner attention from our people, because we don't watch soccer, right? But we do listen to music.
Facts.
So how about we start bridging that gap between the arts in St. Louis and the sports in St. Louis? Y'all brand new. And Nelly, you can get Nelly, but Nelly huge. You can get this person, but he huge. You need to grow with somebody. Y'all new, I'm new. Let's put something together there. So they was like, this idea has been in development for 2.5 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they was
So
like,
that's even before it was even they. Yeah.
yeah. So then that's when they was like, you know what, bet we gonna do Smino for the first one, and you gonna end it. And I'm like, okay. Then we start developing ideas on how we gonna do everything moving forward. Right. And of course, it kind of swings back to Slumfest. My whole goal was to try to figure out how to embed that
Banner, right? You said that, right?
So that's what, not even just that, but embedded it all. The block party idea, all the things that they doing, I feel like it should have been like cross referenced. You know what I mean? They right here, y'all right here.
Yeah.
So it's not that we don't have the resources, we ain't got the access to them. So now you got somebody who can get the access to them. I can dangle carrots in front of people and say, I can get your T-Pain. Like I can do what I need to. Yeah. So let's do that. And then from there, honestly, everybody at the soccer team was just so cool that they end up becoming real Nando fans.
That's what's up.
You know, and then I became a soccer fan.
Yeah, I like soccer.
And you know what I mean? Not me and Retro at the game. You know what I'm saying? Eating hot dogs.
Okay, so on the world scale, more people of color play soccer.
Oh yeah.
Than anything.
Yeah.
No matter what you like in the
When I said us, I meant the black people in St. Louis.
Well, in St. Louis, niggas in St. Louis like, no.
Yeah.
Soccer?
Yeah.
No.
But
we had the St. Louis Steamers way back.
Really?
Yeah. We had an indoor soccer team.
I did not know that.
It's called the St. Louis Steamers. They used to play at the Kiel Center.
See, that would have been a great talking point.
They used to do that.
But yeah.
And like you said, black folks wasn't really watching that shit.
Oh, but we can get into it. Soccer about to take over. That people don't realize soccer teams are popping up everywhere here.
Nah, facts.
And stadiums. And one thing I know, not to be racist, but one thing I know about white people, if they start pouring their money into something, y'all better be paying attention. Something finna happen.
Yeah, I feel that. I agree.
You feel
that's
me?
for sure.
So when y'all see a stadium get thrown up and ain't nobody else paying attention, I'm like, now what the fuck going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to go in there. We ain't been to soccer before, but I'm finna watch this shit. We finna see.
So did you say something about the Battle Hawks? Did you try to work with them?
Yeah, we still out there.
Still locked in.
It just, that opportunity came to fruition first. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's still coming to fruition. We got a lot more cool things happening with the soccer team.
Okay.
And with the Battle Hawks, I'm definitely excited for the things we got planned. But their seasons are opposite of each other.
Facts.
So they were wrapping up during the time we were pitching.
And that works perfect though.
Yep.
Because you ain't gotta worry about no off time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's perfect.
So that's all that happened with that.
Okay.
Shout out to Brandon over at the back.
And so what's up with the, like, you got a partnership with St. Louis Soccer Club? We're gonna see you performing more there.
You're gonna definitely see me a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Not necessarily performing, but
just involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my Nelson Mandela on around the crib as much as I can.
You left us and went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And, I had to. And business purposes, we understand, but I am very, very happy that you coming back.
Oh yeah.
Like you always, it's every month and a half. Post on Facebook. I'm coming to St. Louis. Who's gonna be in the studio? Who want to get in the session? You trying to work with artists from the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people that's like, I'm over here doing my thing. I'm over, and you said something too in the Connect the Dots. You like, man, everybody keep on trying to do the same motherfucking thing. You started talking about the arts, the award show. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck did this shit come from?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these people? But whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna knock you for winning it or wanting to win. But at the same time, for me, for a lot of people, 4 years gone, no Slumfest, no awards, nothing. They don't understand that that's something that really meant something more than
means something.
Yeah, and it still means something.
Yeah.
Like I know it's been plenty of people who have come over here and interview, and they like, I got my my Slumfest awards, nigga. These mean more than anything to me.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the fact that you come back and you try to work with artists that are here.
Always, bro. I love this shit.
What's going on, J Dog? I see you in the chat. Hope you're having a great night. We got Nando STL live in the living room with us.
Yeah.
It's a rare occasion. We usually do these in the daytime, but we got the nighttime session going on. We got to get this wrapped up. He got a session tonight, y'all.
You already know.
So, all right. Recording with Nelly.
Yeah.
That's like a dream come true. There's like something that's unfathomable for a lot of artists in St. Louis, because a lot of people feel how they feel about Nelly when it comes to St. Louis art and music.
Yeah.
But for you, tell me about that experience, and just, was you like in the studio with him, or was it like a remote thing?
Both. I wasn't in the studio when he laid the verse to that particular song, because he laid his verse at Pain House.
Okay.
I wasn't there. I was here.
Okay.
Yeah, but we had met already, and we had already kind of established a relationship. You know what I mean? So me and Mo got tight, and you know what I mean, that nigga can bowl. You know what I mean? He ended up shutting down the bowling alley and hit me up. We went out there. We just chopped it up for hours. He put me on game, which is what gave me a lot of the ideas, low key, the structure about how to even progress Slumfest. You know what I mean? And how to progress the local singles. That's the first question I always ask. You know what I mean? What would you do, and how would you do it? Which is the biggest reason I moved to Atlanta, because they got structure, and I wanted to learn. It ain't just about drop music for me, bro. I don't want to be an artist. I want to be all the time. I want to be a part of the movement.
Right.
You know what I mean? So learning what I see there and bringing it here is the answer. You know, and with Mo, that's really what it is, man. People don't realize how smart Nelly is. You feel me? It ain't just about songs, bro. Nelly understand the business.
Yeah.
You know, he understand how this shit work.
Yeah.
To be able to transition to come from St. Louis, drop hip hop music, go double diamond, nigga. what?
Man, yeah.
And then leave diamond and do country music and be successful. He just headlined a country music festival. What? They wasn't even letting Lil Nas X win a country award, and he had Song of the Year. Nelly was popping 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And he still headlining country festivals. You know what I'm saying? That we doing ourselves a disservice for not listening and saying what this man got to offer. So I'm saying that to say that the recording process was dope. I pulled up on him at Shisha, introduced myself.
Okay.
On 314 Day. You know?
Okay.
I felt like that was the best time. And when I said it, he already knew who I was. That's the part that made my heart feel good. I seen him and I dapped him up. I'm like, yo, I'm Nando. And he had a drink, and he put his drink down, and he was like, you that nigga everybody been talking about. And I'm like, yeah, I'm that nigga everybody been talking about. And then after that, it was history. I pulled up, I called Tro, and you know what I mean? Always. You right there.
Right.
I called Tro, we went over to the studio, we chopped it up, you know what I mean?
Like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Like 5 in the morning with him, yeah. And then after that, man, we just started developing relationships. It wasn't even about that. Me and Nelly get together and watch a movie. I feel like we'll watch Cocaine Bear or something.
So, look, I want y'all to take that gym, man.
Yeah.
I talk about it all the time. Building the relationships, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I be telling people sometimes, they be like, man, I want to do what you doing. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to fucking stream and not work. And I be like, man, this shit ain't glorious. Okay? First of all, know that.
Yep.
Second of all, if you want to do what I do, because I don't fuck with internet people no more. You got to come in my space.
Yep.
Come over here, sit with me, play the game. Let's work on ideas. Let's edit. Let me show you how to edit these videos. Work with me.
And that's it.
And you know what they do?
Well,
They don't come.
and that's stupid because you putting so much into this. Now, this the part where it get funny, right? And I'm gonna compare you to Nelly in this moment. Everything that you're doing for all of us, right? When this does blow all the way up, and now artists from other cities are trying to come in and be on the platform. Same people from here gonna say, "Damn, he putting them on and ain't even putting us on."
Yeah, they can.
Now what?
Yeah.
Now what do you do?
It will probably be a lot of cussing. if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of cussing. And
It's the way you say it. It's gonna be a lot of cussing.
It ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be good, man. You know how we were talking about before we went live?
Yeah.
Being an asshole.
Yeah.
I'll blow up. That's when I'ma really blow up. Cause I'ma let motherfuckers know. Cause in my opinion, I'm be honest with you. Every time I go live, I shouldn't have no less than 20 viewers.
Exactly.
Every time I go live, I shouldn't have no less than 20 viewers. And I really want to say 50, but I'm just gonna say 20 to keep it home. Being real. As much love as I show.
Yeah.
All right, so me being a streamer,
Yeah.
seeing you on Castanet stream. Yeah. That was like, I was like, man, that's it's like 75,000 motherfuckers watching me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you talking about rapping in front of T-Pain and 4,000, nigga. It's like 80,000 in that motherfucker.
Man. Yeah.
What was it like, bro?
I got my ass cooked. You hear me? So they hit me at the last second. I wrote, I do a lot of like behind the scenes writing and things like that for people. And it's another artist over there named Chris Next Door. He's a part of AMP Castanet's camp.
Okay.
And they was having me, him, and Payne. They did a song. We just had a viral moment. I did say some line with like pulling out too long arms, something about orangutan. I can't remember the whole thing.
Yeah, when you and him was in the live stream, right?
And he was like, you know how that shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Crazy on TikTok and shit.
Yeah.
So they hit me the next day and they're like, yo, Kai doing like a rap segment or something, pull up. And that was all the information they told me, right? Because that's how quick it go.
Yeah.
And then it's just that, right?
Right.
It's just niggas who fuck with you saying, pull up. So I pulled up, we chilling, and at the Castanet stream, people don't realize it's organized chaos. It'd be 700 people in that house.
You just don't see them. It's the big house, and
bro.
they be in other rooms.
Yes, bro.
That nigga Phantom will just bust in and
bro.
shit. Yeah.
It'd be really like when I say it's a big trap house.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
A big content creator trap house.
oh my God, I've never seen the most beautiful, dirtiest house in my life.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So we get in there and it's all these people, and so they doing all these different skits and segments, and then they like, all right, going downstairs, and we go downstairs, and they like, yeah, all right, we about to do a rap about a battle, and so I'm standing down there watching these niggas battle, and then he like, you, and of course he know me, right? And he like, you, come here. So we come up to the front, and then he picked the other person, and like, all right, y'all finna battle. I'm like, oh, this is serious. And then you don't know if it's a joke or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm preparing like, I'm playing. Man, this African, I can't think his name. I'm calling him Africans, I can't think his name. Tall, and he cooking. He get to cooking. I'm doing this and got the hand movements. And I'm like, oh, he's serious, right? So then I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to throw a bar back. So I throw a bar back. They told me to come through. I'll tell Kai send that or whatever the fuck I said. They're like, right? So I'm like, okay, this next one I'm finna kill him. He going off, doing this thing. And when he lift his hand up, one of his hands is like disabled, right? And I don't know why that fucked me up so bad. Because in my head, I'm like, don't say shit about that. I don't care what these 14-year-old kids in the chat gonna clap. You just rap normal. Look him straight in the face and you rap normal. And he cooking, right? And I say something and I'm like, all right, let's give him a hand. And when I about to say the hand thing, he like moved his hand to the side. And then I said, I'm gonna say something else. So I start rapping about something else. And Kyle's like, all right, that's enough. And he cut the shit off.
Your ass should have said the hand shit.
No. Integrity.
I get it.
You know?
But you know, these integrity is a thing you can't have in the battle rap world.
Yeah. I didn't know we was really battling.
I feel that.
I wasn't prepared.
You kind of felt like it was gonna be like a little jokey joke type of thing.
The whole thing was scripted.
Okay.
You feel me? I didn't realize, because a lot of that shit is scripted. The models and like the celebrities popping out.
Yeah.
It is scripted.
Well, it's scripted that they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's about as scripted as this interview.
Exactly.
You can't script Krishan throwing a motherfucking
No.
through your window.
No.
Or
But yeah, I think that was one of the moments that now if I go back, I was real hurt. I was telling Red, now I'm good. It ain't no big deal. Like I think it was an accomplishment. Then I'd only been in Atlanta like 3 weeks, and I'm already
it was really quick, right?
You know, and I'm hustling, and it's all because of rapping. You know, I ain't kissing no ass. I ain't doing no crazy shit. I'm just getting out here putting my name out there.
Right.
But I called Retro, and he just like, man, you did good, bro. You just out there, and I'm just like. Nah, I feel like I let the city down though. Like I should have cooked that nigga, bro. You know I can get busy. He like, yeah, but that's your fault. You trying to go on there catering to them. You need to be Nando every motherfucking night. Every night you need to be Nando. And then that's when I was like, you know what? You right. So now every freestyle we do, connect the dots, everything, you gonna get 100% Nando. Ain't nobody gonna put no more views up than me, no more likes than me, no more bars than me. I'm gonna say the crazy shit because I had that one moment that made me realize you can never not show up.
Facts.
So I ain't gonna never not show up.
So don't say the hand thing, but show up.
Oh, I should have showed up, yeah. Because the reason that the hand thing was even a thing was because I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
So you know you just gonna talk about what's ever in the room.
Yeah.
And after I seen that, it was such an easy target that I couldn't think about shit else.
Man,
you know,
threw you all the way off.
Threw me all the way off. You know what I mean? But excuses. He shout out to him because he cooked.
He had a secret weapon.
Hell yeah. But even Rocky lost.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah, that's right.
Never again.
All right, so I know that you working on an album that's skate culture related, like roller skating. You really a big fan of roller skating. I heard you talking about this album. When could we be expecting this album?
Man, so honestly, it's about done.
Almost.
I think we got plenty of music. You know what I'm saying? The only problem is shit keep happening. Like Project Pat hit me yesterday to do a record, and I'm just like, I want to put you on this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what keep like delaying shit. And then it's hard to figure out, do I want to roll out? Because we so close to fourth quarter, bro. You know,
it's here. It's right here.
Yeah, it's silly to draw. Unless you dropping a Christmas album or you Mariah Carey, this ain't really for us.
Yeah, it's over. It's a wrap.
So I can't feel like I don't want to drop singles. Or
y'all got a few weeks. Mariah's gonna come out. She's unthawing right now.
Yeah. So it's trying to figure out how to actually roll it out. But I can sing you some shit. I would love to play some shit for you.
All right, definitely. Hey, for sure. All right, so what else is in store for 2024, man?
A bunch, bro. Me and Retro just decided we doing a collab project.
Nice.
So that's finally happened. That should have been happened. We got the Nando tour next year. That's happening. It was supposed to happen this year, but some really cool shit happened. It got picked up by Live Nation and a few other things. So that's dope.
That's big.
We wanna, and then plus I want to make sure I got something to promote. I didn't want to just tour Yoda. I'm like, maybe I should wait till after the next project come out and tour that. So I'm like, let's do that. Let's get that a shot. I got another tour that's blocked off. You feel me? I ain't gonna say who was which yet, but it just sounds it's gonna be fire. Then of course I got more features coming. We finally figured out the formula that apparently social media likes me freestyling. So we gonna start
freestyle videos.
More freestyle videos is on the way.
I feel like the freestyle videos work well with social media.
Yeah, and more mogul Nando. I really enjoy developing things, and I'm not gonna stop until I see somebody else from St. Louis make it further than me. So I'm excited to see how that plays out because that's on my bucket list.
That's what's up.
Straight up.
Hey, definitely, it's been a pleasure having you.
Always.
And I love the work that you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been following. I've been a fan. This is one of my toughest interviews to come up with questions for because I've been following so closely. Like some people's like, well, you know, I get to know more about them, but I've been just following, like, you know, DMX, one of your biggest inspirations.
Absolutely. Number one.
And number one. And the thing is like, you don't even really get that from your music necessarily, except for the one, sometimes, you know, you get some aggressive parts in there, but it still ain't the DMX aggressive.
Yeah. I think the part that influenced me about DMX was, like I said, it was authentic. You feel me?
Facts.
I was telling I can't remember who I said it to, but the relationship between me and the respect for the craft when DMX would pray on the album, bro, I would in the car. I'm a little kid. I would close my eyes and bow my head.
Connect the dots,
Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like it was that serious for me.
Right.
And I want to make sure that I'm putting out music that's meaningful. I feel like when I listen to X, bro, it was like a message. You know, to me, it's like, bro, he trying to tell me something. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I believed every word that man said, and I think that that's what I want out of my music, to touch somebody in that manner.
Right.
You
That's
feel
what's
me?
up. I think you do a good job at that, for
Hell
sure.
yeah. Thank you, bro.
And for a lot of people watching, we was talking off camera. This has actually been something that's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We've actually done this before.
Yep.
And we gotta do this again, man. We gotta play this Tekken 8.
Oh, I'm with it.
We gotta play this Tekken 8 before you get out of here. I got a
My
controller
rematch.
right here for you. We have actually, there's footage, but there's not footage of us.
I almost got 'em.
So I could just be telling the fib, but I do got footage from when I played them.
Yeah. But I think the match is on YouTube.
It is on YouTube, but all the interview got scrapped. It was unfortunate, but we here. We here.
Daru or
Who we looking at? Mellow Yellow
yeah.
or I am 3D?
Daru's a fan.
I am
No,
3D.
Daru's a fan.
Oh, Nando, no, Drew. That's Drew the boss.
All right. What up,
Drew the
Drew?
boss.
Appreciate
She's an
that.
artist from the city.
Oh, no, I know Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3D is a producer from the city.
Shout out
He
3D.
made some amazing production, actually.
Yeah.
We be having some peoples in the chat, man. So look, we're gonna do a best 3 out of 5.
Oh, chat.
Like
Chad.
They know that I play with this.
I could play if you wanted to.
Nah,
They know that
he just gonna give me this and pull that out though.
What did you pull up?
Look at me.
Oh,
I just looked down at his lap.
This is what
I
I
didn't
do.
know this. What he? I thought he had control.
I mean, I got another thing over here. If you want to.
No,
You wanna fight
You
instead?
press one button.
No,
They
I
gonna hit me
don't.
30 times.
No, that's not how this works.
Ah.
It works like yours does. Press the options button for me.
I don't play PS1.
Yeah, you.
I'm an
There you go.
Xbox guy.
You an Xbox. You are an Xbox guy. You show right. He can. Yeah. I try. I offer all the time. Press options on yours. This one right here. So you could be on that side. All right. So we did this years ago. There is footage on YouTube, but this is how it was supposed to be. Official. Seeing us next to each other fight. Here we are. Nando, you got to do better than that Fortnite the other day. Oh man.
Oh, you tuned in?
Somebody talking about
I got 98.
Somebody talking about your Fortnite.
I got 98, but then I got 9th place, and then I just cut it off. It was
3D said, Nando, if you in town, I'm battling in Fresh Produce on November the 6th.
Pop out. Let's do it. Now you already know. I'm gonna tell you the secret. And instead of just inviting me, send me a calendar invite, and I will be there.
Hey, you heard what he said.
If it's on the calendar, everybody gonna make sure I show up. It ain't gonna be a Nando thing. So
See, he got peoples with him.
that's the secret to the whole thing, though.
Yeah, facts. Like, for me, that was what struck a chord with me, with you. Immediately was, it just seemed like you had a team, you know?
Yeah. But I'm saying even in the industry, when you working through this and you trying to get somebody to pop out for something,
Facts.
switch it up. Say, hey, I'm doing this, and say, let me get your email so I can send you a calendar invite.
Facts.
See where that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What just happened?
You died.
Round 2.
It's okay.
Fight.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Get this. Yeah.
Nice grab. Nice grab.
Go back.
That's hurting.
Ah, man! Jesus Christ!
Ooh, that's that perfect input. So what's the email so I can send a calendar invite?
I got you.
We gonna get you together.
But yeah.
Hey, same things he talking about is the same things I'm talking about. I'm all about connecting y'all together so y'all can make a hit record and then y'all can come back to the show and I can have my viral moment. Yeah, I mean, you know, but no, for real, I love the music. You know, I love what the city does. I think we have some amazing talent and just as much, if not more and better talent than what we hear nationally. Somebody told me a few weeks ago St. Louis wasn't marketable, and I was like, Sexy Red is a thing. What the fuck do you mean we ain't marketable?
Oh, no, we hella market.
Hella marketable. Everybody does what we do when they market it. What are we talking about? You want to select a different character? Or you want
Like,
okay. That was one. You want to do a best 2 out of 3?
Let's do it too.
2 out of 3. He got to get to the studio. I'm gonna stay with Heihachi. I feel confident.
You know what?
In my
I
head.
ain't switching nothing.
I feel confident. That's who you played me with originally.
Yeah.
Long, what you want to change? There you go. There you go.
Come on. Get to the exit track.
You be playing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tekken is my favorite fighting game.
Oh yeah, he's a
Oh,
dog.
we gotta play sometimes. What you be? Well, it's cross-platform.
I
got-
got a 5.
Okay, we're gonna have to exchange information. I usually be trying to do Friday night fights on Fridays with Tekken, but see, motherfuckers done fell off of the game. They ain't playing no more. I get to beat motherfuckers. They get discouraged and all kind of shit. So it's been rough.
Now he keep blocking. Watch him. How about you block that, brother?
We're gonna have to. Nice. Oh, nope, don't do that.
Get it off.
Ooh, that hurt.
Bang back. Bang back. You got this.
Just wait on you to drop down.
Round 2. Fight.
Be first. Be first. Be first. He start going off. Hold on. Come on. Oh my God, I keep missing.
Oh, nice. The side step was dope, wasn't it?
Fight.
I tried my best to get there. Now I wanted to win so bad. Oh, no. I ain't gonna lie, I almost pressed the button on his control. I gotta get one off. Come on. Come on. Think about it.
Come on. It's your moment. It's your moment.
Don't you let up. Don't you let up.
Block, baby, this shit alone. You did.
Baby.
Yo, they said fight back. No, fight back.
Let me see that shit.
GG's, man.
Good one in.
Let them get one in, man. They got to get out of here in a minute.
I've been playing fucking Dragon Ball Z, so let's see.
Oh man, how you like that Dragon
I
Ball?
love Dragon Ball Z.
I am not a big fan, so I didn't buy it. I feel like it's such a good fan game.
Where is the?
Before you do get out of here for me, my brother, you got to do what all the guests do for me. We got a box full of markers right over here, the Ray-Ban box.
Yeah.
So while we play this match, I'll let you pick a spot and sign that for me.
Okay. Doesn't matter what color.
Whatever color you want. That's why we got that box. You pick whatever color you want, man. The last one he taunted up before he finished you. He's so all right, who we going against? Oh, Dragunov is tough. Dragunov is the one that everybody complains about.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
That's not
Ooh, my lord. That could have been a finisher there. Oh, get out. Double KO. Woo, that's work right there. That's work. Double KO.
Oh, I was trying to do a combo, but I couldn't figure it out.
Round 3. Fight.
That's not like
Nasty.
No, what the fuck? Drag it up. That's not what I asked you to do. That's not what I asked you to do.
Oh, you got that one. Good one. Good one. He tied it up.
I'm trying to. It's a combo I cannot do. He won't do it. Oh my god. Yeah, you got that one. 'Cause I couldn't figure out.
Did you win one?
I want close.
That's the perfect there.
That's the perfect. I couldn't figure out the other combo I needed.
He won for real, chat.
He won 2 rounds. Yeah, he won 2 rounds. He did.
Oh my.
It's cool. I have to play you when I.
Hey man, listen. Anytime, man. Anytime you want to come through, man, hit me up. All right. Mad love. Appreciate it. Look, Nando STL right there in the middle, putting his name on STL history right here.
Yes, sir.
He already etching his name in the STL history books,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I really appreciate y'all both coming through.
Always,
Retro,
man.
we got to get you over here, man.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever you want.
Definitely appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. Y'all, we getting out of here for the night. Until the next time, y'all. Peace.